Marines bleeding from their eyes, some kind of half-done mods in their skin, all of them trying to kill me. Even a couple of guys I knew. Commander was AWOL. The place was a maze. It was like the worst dream I'd ever had. But I know how to follow orders. I just had to find Quake and kill it. No time to think about what the hell I was seeing.
Welcome back to our intricate exploration of Quake lore. In this episode, we will examine the audio logs of Tacitus Flores, the counselor assigned to the base where we speculated Prime and Visor were heading. In the heart of this base lies the very project that has garnered much attention, the construction of the Slipgate, led by none other than Dr. Gilman.
Audio log of Tacitus Flores, base counselor, Cornuda's Transport Research Complex. First week complete. The base is more remote than I thought. A 90-minute drive from anywhere. It is mostly underground. Like most other civilians, I have to stay above ground. My office is a trailer in the shade of a hangar where they cage the dogs at night. They asked me not to talk to people about details of their work. I am used to that. The new commander, the 4th this year, arrived today. Colonel Montel Rice. I need time to review his file. There is some history.
In this initial audio log, we soon meet Colonel Rice, who takes the helm as the new commander of the base. Thanks to our research, we can hint at Colonel Montel Rice's significant lineage tracing back to Lovecraftian lore, with him being the great-nephew of Warren Rice from the Dunwich Horror.
He was sent to anger management more than once. First time, 18 years ago, a fight at Fairfield Works led to another man losing his hand in a rolling mill. Successful military career otherwise. Why would Dr. Gilman request him? Strange enough to have the head scientist make decisions for base operations, but deployments also? People say Gilman never talks to anyone except through the electronic mail system. I think that he lives down there. The mood is more tense here than other facilities I worked at, military or corrections, armed patrols and guard dogs at all hours. Why?
Here, Dr. Gilman steps back into the spotlight. At this point in the narrative, we must divert our attention to an event of uncertain chronology. Its placement in time remains enigmatic. It might have transpired before the experiments on the Visor clones, could be a direct consequence of those events, or perhaps it occurred subsequently when Gilman was working on the Slipgate. What's unequivocal, however, is that Dr. Gilman has, by this point, established contact with and has become subservient to the directives of the Elder God, Shub-Niggurath. Reflecting on Rice's lineage possibly lends insight into why he was specifically chosen by Gilman, potentially hinting at an inherited familiarity or susceptibility to the realms of the cosmic and the unknown. Additionally, murmurs regarding Rice's mental equilibrium could reflect his family's past brushes with otherworldly phenomena. By this juncture, it becomes apparent that Dr. Gilman wasn't just tinkering with groundbreaking technology in isolation. He'd been in contact with a myriad of otherworldly entities spanning not just different realms, but also distant planets.
I am okay now. I am recording this while Marines clean up my trailer. Elwood ordered Rice to see me the next day. He kicked the door down and started smashing things in a frenzy. He was delirious, shouting about blood and slag. I stayed calm. He grabbed me, but then stopped, exhaled, and fell into a chair. I carefully began the session with questions. Responses typical of dissociative fugue, but with flashes of rage. Improvised explosive device, maybe? He has had night terrors for several weeks. They started with his first and only inspection of Gilman's lab.
The mention of improvised explosive devices here creates a direct link to Visor, who exhibits similar behavior. Drawing from insights provided by Quake champions, we gain a deeper understanding of the harrowing consequences faced by those who come into contact with eldritch beings or objects. They are besieged by relentless nightmares and terrors, eventually transforming into what are termed as dreamers. The subsequent turmoil in their psyche gives rise to a domain in the dreamlands. These area are a series of interconnected realms, birthed from the vivid nightmares and experiences of the dreamers and presided over by the omnipotent elder gods, the Vadrigar.
I do not know where to start. He was mostly calm, but delusional for Session 2. You know how many levels are underground? He asked. Me neither. He described winding metal hallways, some without light, some flooded in green water, leading down into the mountain. I saw them. I saw the schematics, he said. I asked him to explain. We are the Dark Young, he said. It's us. He said Marines were being fitted with bad blood, bad bionics. Then he opened his shirt to show his sternum. Oh God, I need to leave this place. I'm leaving now.
The term Dark Young is often associated with the Cthulhu mythos, where they are usually monstrous, tree-like entities that serve the outer god Shub-Niggurath. They often appear in rituals that require significant sacrifices, and they may also aid in spreading the influence of their deity to new realms or dimensions. We are the Dark Young implies a horrifying transformation or purpose that they've been subjected to, willingly or otherwise. And so was Commander Rice. The sternum reveal and the references to bad blood, bad bionics could suggest that he is undergoing some form of transformation. The next segment marks a turning point in the narrative. Although it's still part of Flores' audio log, the voice on the recording changes, indicating a shift in the unfolding events.
Hello, Mr. Flores. Thank you for leaving your fucking tape here for me to exalt our Maker You channel scrap. Gilman is already through. Ascended. Here's what happens now. I give our very last Marine a ring. Yes, Mr. Very Special Veteran, you know the one. And tell him to get here on the double. You're our best man. This is Operation Counter-Strike and you're in charge. Then I go through the gate, because they are waiting for me. Then he goes through the gate because he is the fucking offering. Blood will flow. Lava will flow. Thanks, buddy. We'll be seeing you.
There is much information to understand here. First, Operation Counter-Strike was a lie. The main character was intentionally going to be a sacrifice. Second, the identity of this new speaker is initially unclear. However, the line, "I give our very last Marine a ring," links the passage to the game's introduction, as found in the Quake game manual, suggesting that the speaker is Commander Rice himself. Thirdly, while it isn't explicitly stated what transpired with him, the mention of Gilman ascending draws our attention back to the concepts of dreamers and the dreamland. A dreamer, when consumed from within, either morphs into a Vadrigar in the likeness of another elder god or creates one. Colonel Montel Rice, who was noted to suffer from nightmares in Tacito Flores' audio logs, may have come into contact with Vadrigar material or an elder god during a visit into Gilman's lab. This could explain his disturbing symptoms, and these indications hint that, as a dreamer, he was consumed from within. In this particular scenario, it suggests that he had a connection to Goroth, who would later emerge as the elder god of the dimension of the doomed. Then he opened his shirt to show his sternum, Flores added. While not explicitly mentioned, Goroth is depicted with a peculiar feature in his sternum region, further bolstering the credibility of this theory.
While scouting the neighborhood, you hear shots back at the base. Damn, that Quake bastard works fast. He heard about Operation Counter-Strike and hit first. Racing back, you see the place is overrun. You are almost certainly the only survivor. Operation Counter-Strike is over, except for you. You know that the heart of the installation holds a Slipgate. Since Quake's killers came through, it is still set to his dimension. You can use it to get loose in his hometown. Maybe you can get to the asshole personally. You pump a round into your shotgun and get moving.
We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the lore. What are your thoughts on the video? Did we overlook any crucial details in the story so far? Do our hypotheses align with your interpretations? We'd love to hear your insights, theories, and reflections in the comments below. If you don't want to miss out on our exploration in the next episode, make sure to hit that subscribe button.